How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Adrock, and I'm back with another freelancer breakdown for Garrison. Garrison's specialty inside of Atlas Reactor is as a frontline fighter capable of taking damage and dealing it out at the same time. So let's get on with it and check out his skins. Garrison's default skin is Savage Steel, which you unlock by default. At level 5, he gets Camouflage. At level 8, Desert Iron. At level 10, Golden Warrior. And you get the Golden Age skin just for getting the Atlas Reactor Trust Pack, as well as the Immortal Loot Matrix's Ferrochrome. You can also buy his Titan skin with default Bronze, Destroyer at level 5, Linotype at level 8, Steel Scale at level 10, and the Morpheus, which you can only get from the Immortals Loot Matrix. And now on to Garrison's abilities. His first ability is Piston Punch, a short-range, 2-tile long, 2-tile wide ability that'll knock the first person it hits for 26 damage, and about anybody else in range for 3/4 of the damage. You get 8 energy per enemy hit. Other modifications for Piston Punch include Power Glove, which gives you an additional 5 energy if you hit an enemy, Haymaker, which gives everybody in range 26 damage, and One-on-One, which the first target hit takes an additional 4. Garrison's second ability is Hand Cannon, a blast phase 1-turn cooldown ability that'll strike the first enemy hit and then blast out into a cone behind them. Enemies caught in that cone will take secondary damage. You gain 8 energy per enemy hit. Modifications include Concussion Rounds, which slow the first enemy hit, Big Shot, increases the range by 1 and increases the arc of the explosion, Single Out, which increases the initial damage, and Tracker Rounds, which will reveal enemies hit for the turn. Garrison's third ability is Missile Barrage, a 2-stage ability with a 4-turn cooldown. Upon prep phase the first time, he arms his missiles, and in blast phase of the next turn, he fires them off, hitting 3 enemies that are revealed. Each enemy hit gives you 5 energy. Other modifications include Focus Fire, which increases the damage, but the damage is reduced by 3 beyond the first target hit. Locked and Loaded, which makes it no longer a free action, but the damage is increased. The default modification First One In, which gains 10 shield until the end of next turn. Double Trouble launches 2 missiles in a row, the cooldowns increase by 1, and the damage and energy reduced by 2. And finally, Eye in the Sky. Enemies that are hit are revealed until the end of the turn. Garrison's fourth ability is Heavy Metal, a dash phase 4-turn cooldown ability, which jumps you to a target location, inflicting damage and slowing nearby enemies. It does have a minimum range, but it does also ignore cover. You also gain 8 energy per enemy hit. Modifications include Heavier Metal, which increases the damage, Frontline, a default, which gives you shield until the end of next turn, Quake Slam, which roots all the enemies hit, but increases the cooldown by 1, and In Pursuit. Once you use it, it'll give you haste for the next 2 turns. Finally, Garrison's ultimate is Shock Pod, a blast phase no cooldown ability that does require 100 energy to use. You call down a cross-shaped pod to a target location anywhere on the map, dealing damage. It will also spawn health pods that you can pick up upon walking over. Other modifications include Flatten, which increases the damage, and Bone Shatter, slowing enemies on hit. As with all freelancers in Atlas Reactor, Garrison will also gain taunts, 1 at level 6 and the rest that cost credits. That's most of the major information on Garrison, and from here on out it's really just personal opinion. As for myself, I'm not a huge fan of Garrison. Nothing against the character, his design is awesome, his voice acting's pretty great, but something about the playstyle just doesn't quite mesh with me, as you can tell by my awesome, astounding track record with Garen within the first 15 games of his career. Garrison's in this weird middle ground of frontline, which is probably going to happen a lot in Atlas Reactor. He's not really tanky, but he also really isn't much of a damage dealer. He kind of has that weird middle ground between a high-powered frontline fighter that'll get right in your face like a Sauna or Titus, but he doesn't really have the survivability in himself like, say, Rampart. To his benefit, though, you put him on the right team and he'll truly shine. In that case, you want to stick him with the healer, or you want to be close to someone that gives you plenty of shields like Helio. That's his main gimmick, is constantly shielding himself. Once you think you have Garrison pinned down and done, throw in a Helio or get a couple shields in your modifications, and Garrison's survivability does last quite a bit. It's obviously not permanent health, but shields will always do a really good pinch in the heat of battle, and keep you in for just one more turn so you can get that last little punch off. Garrison needs player coordination to succeed successfully in Atlas Reactor. While on his own, he can just kind of rush up and stick to somebody. Like I said, he doesn't really have the damage to do it and take the final knockout blow for himself. That's where his CC ability comes in. His roots, his snares, put him in with a catalyst that can root people, and he can set up some pretty good damage combinations with his team if they plan it out correctly. And his Missile Barrage is actually kind of fun. It gives people that little extra damage that they didn't think was coming, and people tend to underestimate. That about wraps it up for Garrison, the one-man wrecking crew. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and anything that can help make this video series better, please, I'd be glad to hear it. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.